Hello，大家好，我是阿万，今天是2025年的11月6日。那来看路透社的今日的新闻简报，就是路透社调查。那文件显示，就是说 Meta 正在通过大量的欺诈性广告赚取巨额利润。那 Meta 是预计其2024年的年收入的10%将来自欺诈和违禁商品的广告。那公司文件显示，该公司内部估计其平台每天向用户展示150亿条诈骗广告。那美国众议院首位女性议长南希·佩洛西将会从国会退休。消息人士称，调解人提议达成一项协议，让哈马斯武装分子撤出加沙地带的以色列控制区。特斯拉投资者投票决定向马斯克支付8780亿美元的巨额奖金，但这还不是全部。台风卡尔梅基袭击越南，此前已在菲律宾造成114人死亡。美国政府停摆导致航空公司手忙脚乱，旅行混乱局面迫在眉睫。周四，美国航空公司争相调整航班时刻表，并处理大量客户咨询。那此前，美国政府下令削减该国一些最繁忙机场的航班，这是由于政府长期停摆造成的最新旅行中断事件。最高法院的重大问题原则将影响特朗普关税政策的命运。美国最高法院运用一项名为重大问题原则的保守法律原则，否定了民主党前总统乔·拜登的施政纲领。那么，共和党总统唐纳德·特朗普的全面关税政策是否也会遭遇同样的命运呢？最高法院大法官戈萨奇在有关特朗普关税问题的棘手问题上领先于保守派大法官尼尔·戈萨奇大法官表示，他对政府声称由于总统在处理与外国关系方面拥有的广泛的权利，因此征收关税是允许的，这个说法是感到担忧。特朗普若在最高法院关税诉讼中败诉，将加剧贸易的不确定性。不利的裁决可能会引起更多混乱，因为人们普遍预期特朗普会转向其他贸易策略。马姆达尼凭借大胆的愿景获得了纽约民众的支持，激发了年轻选民的热情。佐兰·马姆达尼的团队围绕3个能引起选民共鸣的一个承诺，打造了令他瞩目的成功信息：冻结租金、免费公交车和普及儿童的保育。那加州的投票结果加剧了党派间的选区重划之争。据导师们说，马姆达尼对纽约的进步愿景源于他在乌干达的童年经历。美国政治简讯，民主党人的生命力证明。那市场方面，就是私人报告显示，美国劳动力在10月份走弱，劳动力市场在10月份走弱。那挑战者号数据显示，美国10月份裁员人数标至20年来的最高水平。华尔街股市跌至2周低点，科技股抛售潮再度来袭。人工智能股票的波动表明美国市场对科技的依赖程度。进步、陷阱与岌岌可危的星球，那联合国气候变化大会30周年的主题。本月各国领导人齐聚巴西参加联合国气候峰会，距离世界首次年度气候大会已经过去30年，记录全球变暖斗争进展的数据讲述了一个令人警醒的故事。病态的森林如何阻碍欧洲的气候雄心？独家消息：谷歌与亚马逊达成植树造林协议， 使这家巴西初创公司成为其最大的碳信用供应商。圣保罗接待了众多商业领袖，为即将在贝伦举行的联合国气候大会做准备。那评论就是安东尼·科利的评论说，巴黎协定最终将战胜化石燃料。在 COP30 气候大会召开前夕，联合国秘书长实际上宣布了将全球气温升幅控制在 1.5 摄氏度以内的10年希望破灭。那美国的气候变化是否认论阻碍了应对气候变化的努力，然而投资却倾向于可再生能源，而中国正在大力推进可再生能源的推广，这预示最终会取得成功，即便为时已晚。技术方面，独家消息就是谷歌计划在澳大利亚印度洋上的一个小型前哨站建立强大的 AI 数据中心。独家消息，据消息人士透露， SAP 将做出让步，以解决欧盟反垄断调查，避免罚款。特朗普与习近平会晤后，中国开始有限度的购买美国的农产品。日本首相高市表示，日本和美国正在考虑在太平洋南附近开采稀土矿。法国表示，欧盟必须就性玩偶和武器问题对善展开调查。由于主要地区需求强劲，拉夫劳伦上调年度营收目标。诺和诺德、李来和特朗普就减肥药达成定价协议。在价值100亿美元的肥胖症药物争夺战中，那 Meta 正在权衡来自辉瑞和诺和诺德的竞购方案。关于美国渔民的消息，枪击芝加哥女子的边境巡逻队员在短信中炫耀此事。根据周三在针对芝加哥一名女子的案件听证会上的公布的记录，一名联邦特工在声称该女子用自己的车撞击了他的车辆后，多次向该女子开枪，并在与其他特工的短信中吹嘘自己的射击技巧。芝加哥一名联邦法官下令为移民居留者提供干净的厕所和律师服务。政府表示，这些要求将有效地禁止美国渔民及其海关执法局在伊利诺伊州境内临时居留任何个人。还是美国，特朗普在纽约刑事风费案中的豁免权获得重新审查。弗吉尼亚州一名教师被6岁男孩枪击，民事诉讼获赔1000万美元。中东，美国将于周四启动联合国关于国际加沙部队授权的谈判。独家消息，消息人士称，美军将在大马士革空军基地建立军事存在。欧洲方面，俄罗斯称其部队在波克罗夫斯克展开逐屋巷战，并取得进展。乌克兰首例判处俄罗斯士兵终身监禁，罪名是杀害战俘。非洲方面的消息，文件显示，联合国人权机构计划召开紧急会议讨论苏丹问题。索马里附近海域发生海盗登船事件，这是自2024年以来最大规模的海盗袭击事件。美洲方面，阿根廷前总统基什内尔因公共工程贿赂丑闻受审。这起备受瞩目的腐败案指控前总统克里斯蒂娜·费尔南德斯的基什内尔和其他86名前官员参与了一个非法网络，该网络涉嫌从商人那里收取贿赂，以换取利润丰厚的政府合同。哥伦比亚纪念 纪念致命法庭围攻事件40周年。40年前，哥伦比亚司法宫发生致命围攻事件，造成100多人死亡。幸存者和遇难者家属表示，周年纪念日是对他们为正义和真相而持续斗争的庄严的提醒。文化潮流，民赛，阿达里奥谈作证的成本。这位获得普利策奖的摄影记者畅谈了新纪录片《爱与战争》，讲述真相的风险，以及在母亲身份和前线生活之间走钢丝的游戏。运动方面，英国在阿斯坦顿维拉对阵以色列马卡比队之前展开大规模安保行动。周四，警方出动700名警力在伯明翰市展开大规模行动，以防止骚乱发生。那当天，阿斯顿维拉队将与以色列足球俱乐部特拉夫马卡比队在欧联杯比赛中交锋。牛仔队防守端风尼南德去世，年仅24岁。萨巴伦卡击败卫冕冠军高福，晋级 WTA 年终总决赛半决赛。曼城与利物浦的激战将使阿森纳仍保留追赶的希望。皇家马德里和巴塞罗那在欧战失利后寻求西甲联赛的慰藉。那埃及的一个大博物馆正在展出图坦卡蒙陵墓出土的5000多件文物，这些文物来自1个多世纪以前被发现以来首次的集中展示。那路透社的一个未平仓合约突破性观点说，市场为全球宽松周期后的生活做好准备，全球降息周期可能已经达到顶峰。现在的问题是，目前高歌猛进的市场何时会开始感觉到压力，或者是否会开始感到压力？那美国国会面临一场毫无胜算的关税法律纠纷，人工智能既可能是泡沫，也可能是突破。至于其他的新闻的话，暂时就到这里了。那继续来一下英文的部分。Reuters investigates Meta is earning a fortune on a deluge of fraudulent ads documents show. Meta projected 10% of its 2024 revenue would come from ads for scams and banned goods, and it internally estimates that its platforms show users 15 million scam ads a day, company documents show. More top stories. Nancy Pelosi, first woman to serve as U.S. House Speaker to retire from Congress. Mediator proposed deal to get Hamas fighters out of Gaza, Israeli drone source say. Tesla investor votes on an $878 billion payday for Musk, but that's not all. Typhoon Kamagi hits Vietnam after killing 115 people in Philippines. U.S. shutdown sends airlines scrambling as travel chaos looms. U.S. airlines were scrambling on Tuesday to rigid schedules and fielding a flood of customer queries after the U.S. ordered flight cuts at some of the nation's busiest airports, the latest travel disruption from the prolonged government shutdown. Supreme Court's major questions. Doctrine looms over fate of Trump's tariffs after the U.S. Supreme Court use a conservative legal principle called the major questions doctrine to blow holes in Democratic former President Joe Biden's agenda, with Republican President Donald Trump's sweeping tariff suffer the same fate. Supreme Court goes such these conservatives interpretation over Trump tariff. Justice Neil Gorsuch said he was concerned by the administration's assertion that the tariffs are permissible because of the president's broader authority in dealing with foreign countries. A Trump Supreme Court tariff defeat would add to trade uncertainty. It raises the specter of additional chaos, as Trump is widely expected to shift to other trade tactics in the wake of an adverse ruling. About U.S. election, Mamdani wins over New York with bold vision that galvanized young voters. Junhar Mamdani's team shaped his stunning successful messages around city promise that resonated with voters, many of them young, urban free bus and universal child care. California votes escalates partisan redistricting fight. Mamdani's progressive vision for New York shaped by Fu in Uganda mentors say. U.S. Politics newsletter Democrats Proof of Life about market. Private reports suggest U.S. labor market weakened in October. U.S. layoffs for October surged to 2-decade high, Challenger data shows. Wall Street drops to 2 weeks lows as tech sell-off resumes. AI stock wobble points to U.S. market reliance on tech. Progress pitfalls and are planning in peril. It is about the COP30. As leaders gather for the UN Climate Summit in Brazil this month, 3 decades after the world's first annual climate conference, the data charting process in the fight against global warming tells a sobering story. How sickly forests are failing Europe's climate ambitions. Exclusive Google deal for Amazon reforestation makes Brazilian startup its top carbon credit suppliers. Sao Paulo hosts business leaders at COP30 prepare to launch in Belgium. Tells the court will deflate fossil fuels eventually. It is a commentary from Anthony Curry. Ahead of COP30, the head of the UN effectively declared that the decades of hope of limited temperature rise to 1.5 ceremony. U.S. climate denialism impairs the fight, yet investment favors renewable, and China is supercharging the rollout. That point to us, even if it's late. Exclusive Google planning powerful AI central on tiny Australian Indian Ocean outposts. SAP to offer concessions to settle EU antitrust probe, state of fine source say. China begins limited purchase of U.S. farm goods after Trump-Xi meet. Japan, U.S. consider rare earth mining near Minamitari in Pacific, PM Takachi says. France says EU must investigate Shen over store weapons. Ralph Lauren lifts an annual revenue target on strong demand across key regions. Novo Nordisk Lilly strike pricing deal with Trump for weight loss drugs. Matt surgery weighs rival bids from Pfizer Noble in $10 billion obesity drug battle. About U.S. immigration, Borders Patrol agent who shot Chicago woman boasted about it in text messages. A federal agent who shot a Chicago woman multiple times after he said he struck his vehicle with his own bragged about his shooting skills in text messages with other agents, according to record presented Wednesday at a hearing in a case against the woman. Federal judge in Chicago orders clean toilets access to lawyer for immigration detainees. The government said the requirements would effectively prohibit ICE from temporarily holding any individual in the state of illusions. About United States, Trump gets new review of immunity from New York criminal hush money case. Virginia teacher shot by 6-year-old awarded $10 million in civil trial. Middle East, U.S. to start UN negotiations on Thursday on international Gaza force mandate. U.S. military to establish presence at Damascus air base, source says. About Europe, Russia says its fourth advance in progress in house-to-house battles. Ukraine jails Russian soldier for life for killing POW in force such ruling. About Africa, UN writes body plans emergency session on Sudan. Documents show price brought tanker of Somalia in biggest escalated since 2024. About Americas, Argentina's ex-president Kirchner on trial over public was bribery scandal. The high-profile corruption case accused former President Cristina Fernando Kirchner and 86 others as officials of participating in an illicit network that allegedly received bribes from business in exchange for lucrative government contracts. Cambodia marks 40 years since deadly court siege. 40 years after deadly siege at Colombia's Palace of Justice killed more than 100 people. Survivors and relatives of the victims say the anniversary is a solemn reminder of their ongoing fight for truth and justice. Current culture, Lindsay editorial on the cost of bearing witness. The Pfizer Prize-winning photojournalist opens up about the new documentary The Plus or the risk of the truth-telling and walking the tightrope between motherhood and life on front lines. About sports, UK mounts big security operation before Villa play Israelis Maccabi. British police were mounting a large operation with 700 officers to prevent trouble in the city of Birmingham on Thursday, where Aston Villa were to play Iradia Social Soccer Mississippi Tel Aviv in the Euro League. Cowboys defense and Kieland that at 24. Sabalenka overcomes Holger Golf to reach semi or WTA finals. Man City and Liverpool clash to keep Arsenal within reach. Real Madrid and Barcelona seek La Liga solace after European setbacks. Egypt ground building is displaying more than 5,000 aircraft from the Tutankhamun tomb brought together under one roof for the first time since their discovery over a century ago. Markets brace for life after global easy cycle. The global interest rate cutting cycle has likely peaked. The question now is when or if today's high-flying markets will start to feel the pinch. U.S. Congress faces a no-win tariff legal rancor. AI can be both a bubble and a breakthrough. And thanks for your listening and hoping your life fully with happiness and joys, and have a good night.